What? No, you're not going outside. You went outside. Now Winston is outside. You do not need to go out fucking side. I am early. I know I'm early. You might want to fast forward 30 minutes on this because I am half an hour early. And that's just all there is to it. My hair looks like shit today. My car part's not going to be here. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Dwayne Dwizzle. Hello, Wendy. Nice to see you. I wish my shit. I'm going to take this out by one. I think it's too tight. It's making my hair stand up crazy. There, that's better. That's better. Okay. Hello, country gal. Brandy is your name. Really? Good morning. Good morning, Jill and Glenn. I just poured my coffee. Let me go grab my glasses. I slept well. I slept really well last night. I slept really well. How did you sleep? Did you all sleep okay? I don't know why I started saying that. Hello, Misty Wills. Thank you. Another beautiful day in American history, right? I did. I got good sleep last night. Good morning. Hello, Wendy. I'm glad to hear you got a lot of sleep. I did. Oh, I've missed it too, Brandy. I've missed it too. It's a travesty. It truly is a travesty. But it's their app. It's their choice. It's not my choice. They don't like me when I am authentic. And I can't not be authentic. So time to go move along from TikTok. Are you sick? You're going to get tested today? Oh my gosh, good luck. I've been tested twice. I've been negative both times, but it's still scary. I fell asleep with a nicotine patch on and had vivid nightmares. Oh my God. Holy cow, vivid nightmares are horrible. Good morning, Big Bird. Nice to see you. Hi, Melanie Johnson. Yes, I can see your breakfast. Hello, Butter. How are you? I see that you said, hello, Butter. How are you? And I'm good, thank you. And now you're asking, I can see your messages. Yes, Melanie. What's for breakfast? Coffee is for breakfast. I'm going to eat some coffee in a few minutes and take my meds because I'm not supposed to take them on an empty stomach. So I don't take meds until the second cup of coffee. Then my stomach's not empty. Right? Yeah. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Avis. Holy cow. We're all going to end up with it before you know it. We are all going to end up with it. Good morning, Judy Presley. Oh, yeah, well, can I have toast? Yeah, I can have some toast. I can have some toast. I'm on day 3 without cigarettes. Good for you. Just a patch and nicotine lozenges. Good for you. Good for you. Patch is the way to go. And after you're finished with your patch rotation, the nicotine patches really do work. And after you're finished with your patch rotation, keep one of the nicotine patches of the smallest dosage in your purse or wallet. I don't know if you're female or male, Jellen, but keep it in your purse or wallet and carry it with you so that if you have a relapse, you can use the nicotine patch. Yeah, dentist appointments are really intimate. Unless you really need to go to the dentist, I wouldn't go to the dentist right now. You can catch anything at the dentist office because they get right up close and fucking personal, and you're depending on how good they clean their devices. Patches are good. Keep one of the very smallest dose because once you're weaned off, the smallest dosage of a patch will satisfy you if you get a craving, or that way if you have some kind of a traumatic event or upsetting event happen in your life where you would reach for a cigarette, you can have a patch ready to just put it on. And that way you won't backslide. Because I do know how hard it is to quit smoking because I really like smoking. I really do. I like it a lot. I do. I would be smoking right now if I could, but I can't because it'll kill me. The thing I want to do the most will absolutely kill me. Not the most. That's not the thing I want to do the most. It's only for a crown. You already have the do you already have the do you already have the root canal done? You just need the new crown put in? Well then, I mean, go. I mean, if they're willing to see you, you might as well go. If you already have the root canal done. I mean, because this is going to last for a long time. All right. It depends. Are you okay with putting, if you're going to put it off now, you're going to be putting it off for another year, especially as, nobody is seeming to fucking stop having super spreader events. So, did you have fun hunting this morning? I'm getting my coffee. Sorry, Winston wanted to come in, so I let him in, and I'm getting my coffee. My water pump drives me fucking crazy. Because when you turn the water off, the pump doesn't stop running. It keeps running and running and running and running and running. This is what happens when you are a procrastinator and use a gym for your shower and a laundromat for your dirty clothes. What happens when you are a procrastinator, put going off to your gym to take a shower off, put going on over to do your laundry off, and now your car isn't running. And you can't go do those things even if you fucking wanted to. You get all 6 at once. Oh, good for you. Crowns are expensive as fuck, but but you don't lose a tooth. If you had to, if you already financed them and you're getting 6 done, you do not lose a tooth after you get a root canal done. Root canals are forever. That's number one. You forever have a root canal nub in your mouth. It does not rot away. Once they take your nerves out of your roots, they just stay there like another fucking bone in your head. It's the nerves in your teeth that make them rot and allow infection to get in and decay. Once they take the nerves and the root out, you're good to go. I have a nub over here that is a crown that fell off. You don't lose a tooth, but you should get it done. Once you get the root canal done and the nub is there, if you lose your crowns, you have nubs forever. Root canals don't go away. Of course, they want you to get the root canal. We could just go in and tell them all to give me a root canal, but I don't want a crown. I want you to give me a fucking root canal and file that shit down, but I don't want a crown. You would still at least be able to chew your food. You would not be able to smile because you just have nubs there. I mean, you could smile, but when you smile, you just see nubs. But root canals last forever. My cousin got a bunch of root canals when she was young, just old enough to have her permanent teeth in. She got a bunch of root canals. And when she was like, I don't know, 10, 9, she still has nubs in her 50s from the root canals that she got when she was a little kid. Good morning. Revenge is so sweet. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Oh my God, what about this tape to Georgia? He's trying to rally all 71 million of his followers to Washington, D.C. Do you realize that? He is hoping to rally 71 million people to Washington, D.C. on January 6th. Washington, D.C. needs to stay the fuck home on January 6th. I hope they stay home. He and all of his Republican leadership are going to go to prison for this. They played it on CNN. I watched it on CNN I was live yesterday, but after I got off my live, I went and watched it on CNN. Yes, it's incredible. He is trying to overthrow the government of the United States. He is honestly trying to do that, and he honestly needs to be punished. We need to send a strong message to not only this country, but the world that you can't fuck with our democracy like this. I'm not kidding. This can't be politics as usual. Rudgate. Yes, he called the Georgia governor and the Georgia Secretary of State. He farts twice during the phone call? Oh my God. This is Watergate on fucking triple size steroids. It's unbelievable. He keeps going on and on and on. Can't you just find 11,000 votes? Why can't you just find 11,000 votes? It's just 11,000 out of 71 million. I got 74 million votes in the country. Can't you find 11,000? Are you kidding me? You can't find 11,000? Find 11,000. It's only approaching sedition? Fucking legal experts need to be throat punched. It's not just approaching sedition. It's not just approaching treason. It is fucking treason. Legal analysts need to be throat punched for that shit. I get so frustrated looking at CNN because those fucking young punk legal analysts that have a goddamn voice and no brains to fucking go with it. It is sedition. It's not approaching sedition. Fucking punks on CNN got a goddamn legal voice, and you can hear the legal analysts on CNN starting to get their eyes on those Senate seats. Oh, I want those Senate seats. Look at that. Yeah, let's run them out. Let's run these senators. Yeah, those senators are going to get run out, and the Republican people are going to be looking for new leaders and pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. No, we don't need a new party. The Republican Party just needs to rally and reshift. It would take too much to start a new party. You need 20,000 signatures. He wants Georgia because that gives him enough electoral votes. If he can get one state to succumb to the pressure, then the rest might fall. If he can get one state, if he can show one example of a state willing to lie for him and get away with it, then other states might follow. He needs one state. The governor of Georgia is Republican. The Secretary of State of Georgia is Republican. It's a dominoes effect. If he can get one state to fall, the rest will follow suit. Thank God for Georgia governors and Secretary of States who are willing to stand up for the truth, stand up for our democracy. Thank God. And he is still allowed to tell people that it was, oh my God, as the president of the United States, he's allowed to blatantly, bald-faced lie about whatever the fuck he wants to lie about. And we are sitting here. This is our forefathers' rules. The rich forefathers of the United States made our goddamn Constitution so that these motherfuckers can do this to us all they want. All they want. Evidently, that's what the legal analysts are telling us, that our forefathers made this fucking Constitution so this son of a bitch can do it to us all he wants. All he fucking wants. Old rich white men. Old rich white men who love fucking power fucked us up the ass for the rest of all history. We don't have a democracy. Not if he can get away with doing shit like that. Thank God the Georgia Secretary of State is honest. Yeah, he's allowed to do whatever he wants. He's allowed to damage us in whatever way he wants. Because that's the way the forefathers framed it. They do not want the popular vote to rule anything. I agree. Escort him out to the military. Acts of treason. Colluding with a foreign power to overthrow the government of the United States. He needs to go to prison. And if he doesn't go to prison, I'm going to end up in fucking prison. I'll end up in fucking prison. And I'll be happy to do the fucking time. Do the fucking time standing on my head. Let me alone with that motherfucker in a room for 5 minutes. And I will do the time standing on my head. Forefathers would have just shot him between the eyes by now. That's true. The forefathers would have shot him between the eyes by now. Yeah, SDNY. He can't go to a normal prison, so those state charges don't mean a whole lot of fucking shit. He's a security risk. He can't go to a normal prison. How can he go to a normal prison? He is a security risk. fuck. We can't keep phones out of prisons. How do you think we're going to keep him from slipping secrets out of prisons? Out of prison. He will sell his knowledge to the highest bidder. Anyway, let him rot in Guantanamo. That's right. That sounds good. Put him in Guantanamo. Guantanamera, Guajira, Guantanamera. Leavenworth. Leavenworth. He can't go to federal prison. He has to go to, I want him to go into a military prison. A military prison. He needs a military prison. Treason is a charge by the military, isn't it? That would be nice. He needs to be gone. And I'm not kidding about the algo thing. I'm really not. I got nothing to live for right now. I got zero to live for. So I might as well go out with a bang, right? Zero reason to live is a dangerous situation for an angry, fat white bitch. Let me just tell you. The majority of both chambers are not going to object to the electoral college. I know. I have you to live for. Yes, I do. I have you to live for. Until YouTube fires me. And then when YouTube fires me, I'll have nothing. So I have to go pay rent today. I think I'm going to break the car down today. I'm going to go ahead and get the car broken down, get all the parts off the fucking car, get it all disassembled, and get it ready for... What is Article 25, Section 3? If it gets him out for being unfit to serve, what is Article... Unless it takes care of the entire fucking administration... Trump's mental state. Yeah. Well, his mental state, it's not. People keep blaming this on him having a mental disorder. It's not a fucking mental disorder. He has no plan B. Yeah, anything that involves any part of his current administration is not acceptable because they are all culprits. They are all culpable in his crimes. Anything that leaves his administration intact and unscathed or shamed is not good enough. The whole fucking lot, yeah, Pence has to get involved. Pence has to get involved. He is just evil. He is not mental. And every time CNN talks about that bullshit, it makes me want to throat punch them. So I can't watch even CNN right now. Because they're giving him a fucking pass. This is, in fact, I can't believe why CNN can't see that shit. This is Russia. All of it is Russia. And CNN's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe he's lost his mind. Maybe he needs to go to a padded room. CNN, shut the fuck up. All of them need to shut the fuck up. Anyway. Or I need to smoke. I need something to smoke. That's all. Is it finally 7 a.m.? I came live way too early. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, and I've already finished 1 cup of coffee. I better slow down. I get so frustrated. No, no, no. It's not a child bully disorder. It's not a mental disorder. It is a diabolical fucking plan that has been in place since 2012. This has been scripted for him since 2012. This has always been the plan. He told people in 2016 that if he didn't win, he was going to try to cause a constitutional crisis like this. In 2016, he said he was going to do this. Miraculously, somehow, he fucking won. So he didn't have to do it. But the plan has always been to get this pandemic going in an election year and then steal the fucking election. That has been always the plan. He doesn't have a plan B. So he has to continue the plan until the last second. He has to continue the plan because he doesn't have any money. Somebody said he's looking for houses in Palm Beach, but Palm Beach don't want him. I think the case is really Palm Beach doesn't care who moves there if you've got the money to buy the fucking house. The problem is I don't think he's got the money to buy the house in Palm Beach. Palm Beach houses are never cheap. Not to buy a house like he needs. He can't go back to New York State. He can't stay at Mar-a-Lago because he signed an agreement that he would never live there. And they said Palm Beach doesn't want him. I don't know how he could have money to get a loan to get a house in Palm Beach. He can live with Ivanka. Does she live in Palm Beach? Hillary didn't claim voter fraud, and it was closer when she lost. That's right. And Hillary didn't do this to our country. He has planned to do this to our country since 2012. 2012 is when the pandemic plan came out that Obama sent, or in that area. 2012 is when Putin started this plan, just waiting for the right person to be in the White House. It's a perfect plan, and we walked right into it. They know that during a pandemic, we would vote by mail. It is all calculated, and he has no plan B, so he can't stop. I am back from having a shower. It's a nightmare here. It's nighttime there. Okay, welcome back, Melanie. She bought a lot in Palm Beach to build a house. Huh. So she's going to have a house there, and he can't. I'm in Texas and so sick of Ted Cruz hyping all this up. I can't understand why. And you're all sick. I'm so sorry, Amy Jo. He's not the brains behind it. No, he's not the brains behind it. Vladimir Putin is the brains behind it. Vladimir Putin and dictatorships around the country, around the world, are the brains behind it. You know, were you really thinking that this wasn't, Vladimir Putin, Saudi Arabia, and maybe even Israel, okay? Maybe even Israel. Democratic states all have the worst. That's right. We said that at the same time, Amy Jo. We said it at the same time. Israel, Saudi Arabia, Russia. They are the brainchilds. And I am gosh darn sick of Israel. Let me just tell you. I am sick of Israel. I am sick of Israel. Yep. The fact that they needed the likes of Donald Trump to make peace this year, They still can't figure out how to make fucking peace on their own after all this time. They needed the fucking likes of Donald Trump to come make peace for them. Grown ass fucking adults in Israel can't make peace for themselves. No, because they're hate-filled pigs. Hate-filled racist pigs in Israel. Hate-filled racist pigs in Israel. Israel is not a religion, people. Israel is a fucking country. Like any other country. Israel is not a religion. Israel is a fucking country. They get our dollars and they get free healthcare and they get free college education. And they've got that beautiful Mediterranean Sea there. And they are bombing the fuck out of the Palestinians and don't know how to make peace. They can't find a way to make peace. They just wanted the US dollar. I am sick of Israel. We need to abandon Israel. Not Jews. Not our Jewish citizens. I have nothing against our Jewish citizens. Nothing at all against them. But Israel is not a fucking religion. It is a country. And we have to start holding them accountable for their bullshit. Peter North here, old adult field star. Great stream, honey. Oh, hey, Peter North. I never saw you. Thank you so much. Old adult film star. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Yay, welcome. Welcome to my live. I got banned off TikTok. TikTok doesn't like me. So I'm here doing lives on YouTube. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm so pissed off. Thanks for joining, Peter. I do recognize that name. I've never been a big adult film fan. I typically only need about 5 minutes of an adult film to be done with the adult film, so I don't get very far into adult films, and sometimes just watching previews is enough. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Yes, TikTok banned me. Yes, I'm not on TikTok because they banned me. Well, they banned me from lives, and they were headed towards banning me completely. They banned me on lives, and they were headed towards banning me completely. And so I deleted my account before they could delete me. And was that too much information about my adult film experiences? Read what you said a second ago. Revenge is sweet. Women for Trump yesterday. I heard one lady saying they won't stand for Biden to be in office, and all of them would stand up for Trump and stop it. See, this is why a strong, intelligent, opinionated female that is white in this country has it so hard. Because the vast majority of white bitches are dumb cunts. I can say that word on YouTube, right? I can say the C word on YouTube. The vast majority of white females are dumb cunts. Makes it really hard. She stuck up. Oh, that's so sweet. I really like Northern Omaha Cat Lady. I really do. I like her a lot. Long distant relative passed and probate is begin soon. I don't know what to think. You got a phone call yesterday that said a distant relative had passed and probate is to begin soon. So do you know who the distant relative is? I mean, is it really a distant relative? If not, I would be sus. That sounds sus. Don't get excited. And if they ask you to send even a fucking penny, tell them to kiss your ass. So you do know, oh, well, you could be that you've got some money coming, honey. It could be that you've got money or property or maybe something nostalgic. I think that nostalgic stuff is just as important. Probably more important than the money. Tell her I said thank you very much, Jell and Gleam. Tell her I said thank you very much. She also contacted me on Instagram. She contacted me on Instagram. They knew all of your family names. You inherited your grandpa's house when you got that call. Wow. I've never gotten that fucking call, so I don't know. Ain't nobody ever left me a motherfucking thing. Uh, I've never gotten that call. Oh, that would be lovely. They knew your family names, so there you go. There's a will about to be probated, and you never gotten shit. I never got shit either. I didn't even get shit in a divorce. I'm so pissed off. I should have gotten shit in a divorce, but I didn't even get shit in a fucking divorce. Yes, I am. Avis, did you send me your name and address in an email? If you sent me your name and address, you have to send me an email, create an email, butterhag@gmail.com. And in the body of the email, you have to put your name and address. And if you do that, I will send you a card. If I get your address to that Gmail, I will send you a card. I never got Oh, before that, you never got a thing. Was it a surprise that you were inheriting your grandpa's house? Was it a surprise to you that you were inheriting your grandpa's house? Because that's really kind of exciting. If you didn't know you were inheriting something and you got it, that would be really exciting. But if you knew it was coming, ain't nobody ever left me anything, and ain't nobody ever gonna leave me anything. But I'm not mad at anybody who does get something. They left me a pile of bills. I got a pile of bills once. You will put me in your will. Oh, thank you, Dwayne Dwizzle. Thank you. I should be in my ex-boyfriend's wife's will. If you sent it to me in my email, I did. I have not looked since the first of the year. I'm going to look today before I go to the P.O. box. Super surprise. See, that's super exciting. When it's a super surprise, that's super exciting. I mean, I'm sorry that you lost your grandpa, but if you sent it to butterhag@gmail.com, then I got it. I do them about 10 at a time. So I will fill them out today. After this live, let me get more coffee. Oh my goodness. Making coffee. Why did I buy wooden stirrers? I don't know. Why the fuck did I purchase wooden stirrers? Today, I'm going to break the car down, get it all disassembled and ready for the work I have to do to it. And then I'm going to Uber to the gym. Aw, he's suicidal. If he has to go to the US, he is suicidal. So the UK is not going to send him here. Well, it is a pandemic. We do have bigger fucking problems. We have bigger problems. Oh, well, why wouldn't he? Oh, well, why wouldn't he want to be extradited over here so he could get the pardon? Or Trump can pardon him without him being charged or tried? Yes, this is my second cup. I know, right? I agree, Revenge. Stop making a big deal for these fucking criminals. Yeah, I know he's the WikiLeaks guy, and I am divided on the WikiLeaks scandal. The WikiLeaks shit that happened. I can't say too much about it. I can't say too much about it. Yeah, I can't say too much about that shit. Everyone makes a big deal for these criminals, that's right. I'm sick of it. Here's the thing is that it pays to be a criminal these days. What the fuck is that noise? It pays to be a criminal these days if you're a Republican anyway, right? I do not want to repair the Republican Party like they were talking about on CNN tonight. I do not want all the young punks that got a name by working for Donald Trump to get in the Republican leadership. Millions. They are making millions. Iran has started their nuclear by 20%, violating the agreements, just reported. Yeah, he's trying to drum up support for a war in Iran. He's going to bomb Iran before he leaves office. You watch, he is going to bomb Iran before he leaves office. Good morning, Lily. It's nice to see you. Yep, Israel wants Iran. Yep. Israel wants Iran. So they're going to run more Muslims out. Yes, I did, Vicky. I did. It is coming. It is coming in the mail. It's not coming until Thursday. So today I'm going to disassemble the car and get it ready for the thermostat. Israel is already in position, just waiting for Trump. They're gonna start a war with Iran while Trump is in office. Israel is making themselves a really deep fucking bed right now. I hope Israel is ready. We are going to fucking abandon them. We need to abandon Israel. I'm not fucking kidding. We need to abandon Israel. I am sick of it. No more aid, no more money, no more motherfucking oversight, nothing. Israel, you are on your fucking own. I want to hear those words come out of a president's mouth. Israel, you are on your fucking own. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear the president yelling at Israel across the fucking pond. You're on your motherfucking own. No, war doesn't get him automatic president, but it sure fucks us up, doesn't it? He gets to leave us with the war. Hello, Eve Tyler. Israel, you are on your own. Israel is not a country, is not a religion, it is a country. I need to take my meds. Do you guys get your meds? If you're sad and you know it, take your meds. If you're sad and you know it, take your meds. If you're sad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sad and you know it, take your meds. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Slab Studio. How are you today? How are you? Hi, Catherine Martinic. Are you the only ones that help Israel? I think so. I think so. I don't know for sure. I will have to research that shit. But we need to stop supporting Israel. Israel is a bunch of fucking hateful sons of bitches. Racist, hateful racists that are incapable of making peace. They do not want peace with Muslims. They want Muslims dead. They want Muslims dead. Holy shit, we bought a defense system from Israel? I'm good, thanks. I am okay. My car's thermostat is out. I hope I didn't blow my engine. It still starts, so that means it's not blown, right? I hope I didn't blow my seals either. I hope I don't smell antifreeze in the exhaust. So I'm going to do a live today and show taking the car apart. I don't know. I should get the heater coil today. Israel's got to stop. They bought 2 batteries of the Iron Dome. It's all about dollars between the U.S. and Israel. That's it. Dollars and military support. They want our muscle. I'm sick of Israel. Honestly, I am sick of Israel. I want to leave Israel to the fucking wolves. I am not even kidding. I am not even kidding. I am tired of them getting free healthcare, free college education, and aid from the United States. Why can't they suffer like the rest of us? Dollars and power. I'm sick of it. We have global issues that we have to work on. And Israel is busy carving out their horseshit. Anyway, anyway, we got Donald Trump on tape threatening the governor of Georgia, trying to get pressuring the governor of Georgia to find 11,000 votes. Find 11,000 votes. We've got all these votes we found here for you. Can't you count any of them? And we've come full circle worldwide, and it's once again about domination in dollars. It's not a good stage. It's really a bad stage right now. I believe we do. Yes, I heard the phone call. It's incredible. The phone call was incredible. It really was. It really was. Why did the U.S. buy their system when the U.S. spent $740 billion on defense? Because defense contracting companies always have to have contracts. Big, big, big dollar contracts. Because defense contracting CEOs are retired military people from our United States military. Did you know that the very best jobs in this country, the very best paying, cushiest jobs in this country are reserved for former military officers? Do you know that? When you get out of the military, if you've done a significant amount of time as an officer and kept your nose clean, you're guaranteed almost a cushy defense contracting job. The problem with that is that defense contracting is growing exponentially. Let me tell you something. Everybody who is out of work because of this pandemic missed paychecks, but defense contractors will get paid. Defense contractors always get paid. And defense contracting corporations have CEOs that are former Air Force officers, and they retire multimillionaires. So yes, that I'll scratch my back and I'll scratch your back and you scratch my back. It's like being a card-carrying communist. Having a security clearance and working for a defense contractor is like being a card-carrying communist. You look at the most expensive places to live around this country with the most expensive homes, and it's all defense contracting. They get pension, they get high pay, they get the best benefits, they get better everything. Better housing, better cars, better homes, better everything. Because they swear to never talk about the secrets they learn. When in fact, the actual secrets they learn are really not that consequential. The real thing that they promise to never talk about is how much fucking money they're making by working off the government. Because the good old boy defense contracting network is strong. It is strong, and it is fucking our country. The money that goes into the middle of the Beltway, oh yeah. No defense. You look around McKinney, Texas. Raytheon has a big classified compound in McKinney, Texas. You look at the $1 million homes scattered around that Texas, Dallas suburb. Multi-million-dollar homes there. All of them are defense contractors that have security clearances. They will not miss a payday during this pandemic, during the most egregious times of our country's strife. People with a security clearance will not miss a paycheck. And they get paid more and better than anybody else in this fucking country. And it is a travesty. And that is what I'm here to talk about. After I talk about everything else that I'm going to talk about, since on social media platforms, I am also here to call bullshit on and especially it's worse when Republicans are in office, the number of wasteful contracts. They have a rule in defense contracting. It's called butts in seats. These big defense contracting corporations, The government says, I want you to give me a price on how much you're going to do X, Y, and Z for me. And these corporations use a template and do what they call a WAG, which is a wild ass guess. And they throw numbers at their computer programs and quote this business for $5 million. I walked away from it too. I was paid really well, and I walked away from it. I did not get fired. I walked the fuck away. So they're going to say they've got a contract for $5 million. They bid. It's going to cost us $5 million and X number of engineers. It does not matter. Trump has been awarding no big contracts. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many engineers they actually need to do that job. No, it's not hammers anymore. Listen to this. Will you let me finish? It's not hammers anymore. Let me finish. They don't charge $600 for a hammer anymore. That was the 80s. Now they have the intellectual equity thing. They have engineers. They call it butts in seats. They bid $6 million, say, estimating for a contract. Okay, it's usually much more, but say they bid $6 million. That's a ballpark figure. And they say we need 100 engineers, systems engineers and software engineers, and then we need this whole test team to do this. Now, what I saw in my almost 20 years working in that sort of environment was that I'm trying to finish, let me finish. What I saw as an engineer working in that environment, making $150,000 a year, was that at any given program, there is a core of about 5 or 6 people who actually have the brain power and the knowledge and actually do the fucking work. So say 6 engineers, 6 engineers boots on the ground, 6 systems engineers, 6 testers. The rest of those motherfuckers are what they call butts in seats. They don't give a shit how productive you are. They care about the education that you have on your resume, regardless of if you are actually good at what you say you are. They care about the education you have on your resume, because the higher your education on your resume, the more money they can bill for you. If you don't have that education, then they can't bill for you. They don't give a fuck if you actually do work. They just care if they've got butts in the seats. Because say they were paying me $50 an hour or $60 an hour to write code. They are billing $200 an hour. So they don't give a shit if I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs or diddling myself to, porn. They don't care, because they're going to get to bill 4 times what they're paying me, 4 or 5 times what they're paying me, to cover their overhead, to cover their leadership money, to cover their, so they get to bill 4 times or 5 times what they're paying me. So they don't give a shit if I'm not doing anything. They only care that they've got the core that's going to get the job done, the crackerjack team, the heavy hitters. The rest of the team, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because we need to get butts in seats. We bid that 30 engineers were needed, and by God, we're going to hire 30 engineers, even if it takes 5. I developed a system when I was working. Okay, I developed a really slick fucking system. The very first job, the second assignment I had out of college, I wrote this big portal. It was fucking incredible. I worked 7 days a week, 12 to 14 hours a day to finish and deliver this portal. It took over 5 programs that were billing the government to do things. The portal that I wrote, and I am not exaggerating, took over 5 programs' jobs. They could have shut down 5 programs and just used my portal. You know what they told me? Those people working on those programs deserve jobs, don't they? They're good people. You really want to see them get put out of business? Do you really want to see them shut down? They're good people. Don't you mean if we shut those programs down, we can't build triple to the fucking government anymore? Isn't that what you mean? They kept the programs in place and put my portal out there, and the customers stopped using all the other stuff. And every time since that they have tried to replace it that I was aware of before I retired, it failed. And the customers demanded that they get my system back. But my reward for delivering such an efficient and awesome system was I got reassigned and replaced with 5 male Java engineers. They took over my project that I developed and worked so many fucking hours of overtime for that it put me in the hospital with a pulmonary embolism that almost fucking killed me. My reward for that is when I got out of the hospital and came back to work, they moved me to another program, to research and development, and gave my program that I had worked by myself to build to 5 engineers that didn't like me because they're good old boys. Defense contracting companies are fucking us hard. And we don't know about it because we're not allowed to talk about it. In fact, I think that I could probably get sanctioned for saying what I've said so far, and I don't give a fuck, because that's how they get away with it. They get away with it because if you talk about it, you get charges, because you sign your fucking rights away when you agree to get that security clearance, and it's fucking wrong. It's wrong. That's the next place we need to go. When a Republican is in office, the programs and the jobs go crazy because Republicans funnel as much possible fucking money into defense contracting companies as they can during those years. The real goal is to get out of politics or the military and retire from a defense contracting company. Then you've got a triple dip. It's disgusting. We don't need it all. We don't need all of it. We really don't. But that is the big money. You look around any place where there's big contracts, big Raytheon or Lockheed Martin or any of the other big defense contracting companies, you look around those locations and you will find the richest people in the world for the work that they do. For the work that they do. $1 million houses everywhere, all over Maryland. All over the DC Metroplex, $1 million houses. People who are not special. See, I thought when I went to work in DC that I was going to be working with the best and the brightest. That everybody who was there was going to be special. The only thing they're special about is their willingness to shut their fucking mouth. They're not the smartest. They're not the best. They're not the brightest. They're not even the most honest. They're not even the people with the most integrity. They are the people who will take the money and keep their fucking mouth shut. That's the first thing I thought. They flew me to Washington, D.C. as a senior in college and interviewed me. I really shouldn't have gotten that job, but I'm a go-getter. So I got that interview, and then I got the job. The problem is they didn't recruit me at a young age. I was 40 when I went to work for a defense contractor in Washington, D.C. for the first time. See, I had already spent a lifetime struggling without that extra perk. So when I got it and I was on my way to it, I remember saying to the other people in the bus, and this was in 2001, having a security clearance seems like being a card-carrying communist. It's no different from being a card-carrying communist. I just learned about that shit in college. Card-carrying communists have better housing, better pay, better doctors, better insurance, better vacation, better cars, better everything. It's the same thing to get a security clearance in the United States. It's like being a card-carrying communist. You get better everything just because you're willing to swear allegiance to the party. And the majority of the party that you swear allegiance to is the Republican Party. It is rot. The clearance, the defense contracting world is wrought with Republicans. card-carrying NRA members. People who have their gun pictures all over their fucking desk and a Bible sitting on the corner of the desk, but will go into a bar as a professional engineer and call the bartender an N and throw peanuts at him. That is what our defense contracting world is full of. Card-carrying fucking NRA Republicans. We need to get religion out of our government. And it is there right now in strong form in the form of defense contracting employees. They have been the cause of many wars. Anyway. Yep, they did it the same way. I worked for an accountant contractor early 90s as part of Resolution Trust Corporation, and they did it the same way. Butts in seats and bill as much as you can. Religion and corporations out of government. We spend entirely too much, and they go up and gouge us for more and more and more. And you know what? When the Western director for Lockheed Martin Information Systems, their, what do they call it? Ethics. The Western director for the entire ethics of all Lockheed Martin Western facilities tells me in a private session in her office, when I reiterate this exact same thing to her, you're right. And there's nothing we can do about it. They get you see, you have to pay your bills. As a defense contractor, you have to pay your bills. You absolutely have to pay your bills. So when you get money, when you get this cushy job, you get a mortgage and you get all of these things for your income to take up your income. Then if you lose your job, you lose everything, and it disqualifies you from having a clearance. It disqualifies you from having a clearance. So you have to keep your fucking mouth shut, or you're going to lose that cushy job and that income. And you're afraid. You know, you're afraid that your children aren't going to get to go to private school anymore. You're afraid that your brother that's out in the middle of nowhere that you send a couple $100 a month to keep him afloat, he's going to go with everybody that has become dependent on your income stream. Oh, we should read the names. I agree, Vicki. Let's read the names. We need to remember why we're here. Let's read the names. I didn't read the names the last 2 days. Thank you so much. Let's read the names. This is why we're here. This is what we have to remember. Without these people making the ultimate sacrifice, we wouldn't be here talking today. Melisk Williams, Timothy Russell, Adiana Jefferson, Walter Scott, Daniel Prude, George Floyd, Walter Wallace Jr., Jonathan Price, Quan Charles, Alexis Scott, Andre Hill, Casey Goodson, Tamir Rice, Kaheem Powell, Jordan Baker, Keith Lamont Scott, Eric Garner, Ezell Floyd, Philando Castillo, Rumarian Bresbon, I don't know why I have trouble with that one this time, Breonna Taylor, Sharmel Edwards, Amadouis Diallo, Dontre Washington, Freddie Gray, Rocky Boyd, Ahmed Arbery, Natasha McKinney, Chantel Davis, Walter Scott, Akai Gurley, Victor White, Sharice Francis, Yvette Smith, Gregory Gunn, John Crawford, and Aliana Stanley Jones. That's not even all of them. It's all the people who have sacrificed, made this ultimate sacrifice during Donald Trump's administration. People of color that have been gunned down in the street thanks to the hate that he has spread throughout the country. It's the truth. That is the fucking truth. Good morning. Good morning, Simon. It's so nice to see you. I was looking for you yesterday. I was on Instagram Live and I was going to share with you, but you didn't come, so you're welcome, Judy. We need to, and thank you for reminding me, we need to not let them get away. Okay, so there is no fear of war. There will only be war. It takes two sides to war. Do not be baited by them. It takes two sides to go to war, and the American military will protect us from them. The American military will protect us from them. They don't think the military will protect us, but they will. Donald Trump is trying to get a war, and I can't believe it. Oh my God, I cannot believe that nobody is calling for him to be imprisoned. Nobody on the networks is calling for him to be imprisoned. I don't understand it. I would report him to the FBI. I would report that guy to the FBI. Report him to TikTok as a dangerous individual and report him to the FBI. Although TikTok doesn't give a shit if he makes them money. TikTok will be fine keeping them if he makes them money. I don't know why you don't get noticed when you don't get notified when I go live on Instagram. I don't know. Linwood and Flynn are the instigators of all that. Well, Donald Trump is asking for the biggest rally. He's asking 74 million people to come to Washington, D.C. on January 6th. He is asking all of his voters to come to Washington, D.C. on January 6th and demand that he be given the election. It's E-Bizzle. You're not Simon, you're E-Bizzle. Why do I keep thinking Simon when I see you? There's E-Bizzle. I'm confused. I'm sorry. Yes, I don't know what time the Instagram lives are going to happen because it's just kind of random. It's usually in the evening, though. If I go live in the evening, it's going to be on Instagram. All those guys have been over social media recruiting for that nonsense. Well, I want people in D.C. to stay home. Don't meet them in the streets, please. We've won. There's no reason to fight anymore. We won. There's nothing to fight about. We won. All we have to do is wait for Joe Biden to get into office. We won. There's nothing to fight about. They can't fight unless there are people there to fight with them. Trump's inviting people to fight for him. It's a treasonous act. It really is. I think it's all treasonous. I can't believe that legal analysts are saying it's not treasonous. It is treasonous. So hard to not have a voice. It really is. But other people still have a voice on TikTok because other people make more money for TikTok than I do. Oh, well. Oh, well. We must not take the bait. There is nothing to fight about. There is nothing to fight about because we won. That is a peaceful transition of power. We don't have to fight. We won. Thank you, Catherine. I don't know. I think it's just they're not capable of thinking outside the box. They really don't see what's happening. They are so used to business as usual when it comes to politics that they don't know what the fuck to do. It's so frustrating. We really should be able to sue Trump and all those congressmen. I agree, but I think that we should be able to put them in prison. And if we can't, holy cow, I am truly going to be so depressed. So fucking depressed. That's right. This is not business as usual, but the fucking networks think it's business as usual. All of the analysts that have a voice, all of the analysts that are talking about shit, they are business as usual, and it makes me want to throat punch them. It really does. Well, you would think that they would have freedom of speech to say this is fucking Russia. It's obvious it's Russia. There are Chinese troops building up in Canada. It's not to attack the American people. It's to defend Canada from the United States and from Russia. Canada has made an alliance with China to defend them. I don't blame them. Donald Trump is fucking scary. And then he's leaving the country right after. He's going overseas to the Middle East as soon as he swears Biden in. As soon as he swears Biden in, he's walking out the door and going to the Middle East. What the fuck is that all about? This is scary as hell. It's really scary as hell. January 6th. Do you know what time the swearing in happens? I guess I'll be watching CNN and live with you guys on headphones. They're all getting out of Dodge. When is the 6th? The 6th is when I should be working on my fucking car. Holly Martin, Wednesday. Yeah, I should be working on my car on Wednesday. Today is Monday, so that's 2 days. I should be repairing my car on Wednesday. Actually, Thursday. I'm going to repair my car on Thursday because it's coming on Wednesday. The part is coming on Wednesday, so. Rats trying to leave a sinking ship. Oh, Pence leaving got canceled, so he is not going. Okay. Tomorrow is the Georgia vote. So the 6th is when we find out who won in Georgia. I saw that. All 10 living former defense secretaries. I saw that. Georgia's going to go blue. Hello, Rachel Pepper from Giraffe Warrior. Nice to see you. My days have been okay, thank you. Have been okay. Look at this, 36 people and not even a For You page to feed it. That's cool. I heard at least one Democrat is ahead by 2 points. Well, Here's the thing, the polls don't matter. People are lying in the polls. Stop believing the polls. Republicans are not being truthful in the polls. Nobody is being truthful in the polls. Honestly, if the polls called me today, I would not be honest with them. There were like 4 of us here, right? Right? Now there's 35, so that's great. People are lying. Republicans are lying in the polls. Nobody is being honest to the polls. There's no reason why they have to be honest to the polls. The polls are not scientific. We know that Republicans are not honest, so there were like 4 of us, right? Now here we go, 36 of us. At least 2 of which are not friendly, I'm sure. There have to be at least 2 of us here. 2 of us here. At least 1 or 2 people here are only here to screen record and try to catch me saying something out of line. I'm sorry. You overslept for the live. I'm sorry. Good morning, Vicky Stark. It's kind of chilly here in Florida today. It really is. Republicans will fight against Georgia if Democrats win. Trump said yesterday on the phone that Georgia can't be trusted if they don't turn the vote for him. So they're going to start lawsuits against this Senate race if they lose. Don't forget your morning meds. Morning med checks. I already took my morning meds. Oh, that's insane. I can't believe they're going to do that. I really can't. I cannot believe it. Hang on a second. I'm going to put the dog food on the stove to warm it up and add vegetables because I just bought vegetables yesterday. So let me start this going real quick. I cooked the hamburger but didn't have the vegetables on hand, so I had to wait until I went to the store to get the vegetables. So now I'm just going to add the vegetables real quick to their dog food so that when it's time to eat, it's ready. Okay. I'm a good dog mom. Tim took was just entertainment, nothing else. Took your morning meds. Yes. TikTok was just entertainment. That's right. I mean, activists put TikTok on the map and now they're kicking us to the curb for the same thing we did to get, we got TikTok $1 billion worth of free advertising when we fucked up Donald Trump's rally. TikTok got $1 billion of free advertising, and now TikTok doesn't want us to be activists anymore. They want us to just dance and sing and tap. And we still want to be activists, Because to us, the battle's not over. But TikTok wants those corporate advertising dollars. And they absolutely will not tolerate anyone messing with their money right now. They do not give a shit that we gave them $1 billion of free advertising. We gave TikTok $1 billion of free advertising by fucking with Donald Trump, and they are so ungrateful. Yeah, fell down 2 weeks ago and hit your head so hard you had a seizure and had to be... Holy cow, Judy Presley, how crazy is that? And now you're on seizure meds. Holy shit. Oh my God, that's scary as hell. Isn't that insane? Trump says if Georgia does not lie for him, they are not trustworthy. What kind of a backward evangelical Republican ethics is that? Moral majority my ass. They're not moral at all. There's nothing moral about the Republican Party, I'll tell you that. Zero morality. The Republican Party is all about money, their pockets. They are so much, my dogs are so much, you know what I used to do? I used to open a can of dog food, and mix half and half with their food and half dog food, but that dog food is so bad. He has dirt on all the Republicans. That's why he got them to support him. That and the fact that he's got 71 million voters or 74 million voters that are willing to support him. You have more morals on your worst days than Republicans do. Me too. I am an atheist. And I have more morals than Republicans do on my worst fucking day. I won't take so much as a fucking light bulb that doesn't belong to me. Yep. They're just looking out for themselves. They really are. Oh well. They silenced my voice. TikTok was a great platform for getting your voice to be heard and hooking up with like-minded people. Anyway, so what else is news? First full week of the year. Boo. She got to stop playing the central ground. They all got to stop playing the central ground. I think as soon as he gets out of office, I think he's going to be arrested. I really do. I think he's going to be arrested as soon as Joe Biden is sworn in. At the end of his administration, he is going to go to fucking jail. And if he doesn't, what the hell? You know, what the fucking hell? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? I can't just say what the hell anymore. I have to say it 3 times because of that TikTok kid. Last cup of coffee. Who are you barking at? Waiting for the honey to drain. I'll be right back. hard when the honey is almost gone. Gonzo, hush. All right. Oh, might as well stir this shit while I'm up, right? Anyway, I used to use dog food because they won't eat their dry dog food dry. So I used to use wet dog food, but making this mixture to mix with their dry food makes their dry food last a lot longer, and they're so much healthier. He could have a family prison named after him, right? He wanted a federal building named after him. Now he wants a prison named after him. Now he's going to have a prison. I think that's great. I need to get smoke. I can't believe I didn't get smoke while I was up. Okay. Good morning, Christina. Yes, it is. It is better for me, and it's just as good as sugar. It's just as good as sugar, and it's so much better for you. But honey is expensive. When you drink as much coffee as like, yeah. Now he's going to have a prison named after him. Honey is expensive, but it's just as good as sugar. And so much better for you than sugar. Good morning, hippie chick nerd lover. It's so good to see you. It's good to see all of you this morning. I know that you could be on TikTok watching TikTokers, but instead you are here, and for that I am thankful, because I need people to talk to in the morning. I'm going to leave it upside down, but it sticks. It leaks, and there's a sticky spot on my counter because of it. It's annoying. Did you stop using TikTok a while ago? Yeah. It's a mind fuck. You know, I saw a tweet saying that Trump's presidential library will be him wheeling a cart around in prison with unread copies of Art of the Deal. Oh, that's the noble truther. Hello. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Uses their platforms too, so it wasn't a big deal. Everyone I care about uses other platforms. Yeah. So it's not like it's hard for you to go without. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. Pushing around unread copies of The Art of the Deal. What it really should have been called is The Art of the Con. A little red wagon. He's going to be pulling a little red wagon around. Offer people's unread copies of The Art of the Deal. That's hilarious. The Art of the Con. Somebody was in here last night saying, can't we just love each other? Do we have to hate each other? Can't we have different opinions and love each other? No, we can't. Sorry. The days of loving each other, regardless of our opinion, are over. He can have Junior's books too, right? You're a bun two-parter. You'll have to check it out. Oh my God. Honey is really good in coffee, but oh my God, you're going to be spending $10 a day on honey. The thing about it is honey. I didn't even look at the price the first time I bought this. But yesterday, because money is really fucking tight right now, I looked at the price. $11 for this much honey. $11. It lasts about 2 weeks. So you're going to spend like $5 a week on honey. We can still love the people, just hate the actions and seek justice. I can't love the people. I can't love someone who supports a racist. I can't. I cannot love someone who supports a racist. But that's up to you. If you can still love them, that's okay. I just can't love someone that has that kind of hate in their heart. I really can't. He is a racist. Open your fucking eyes, Republicans. That's right. They want you dead. I'm not loving people that want me dead. Right, Christina? I can't do it either. I can't do it. When I made the decision to step across that line, it was stepping across that line for everybody. When I made the decision to stop allowing people around me to use racial slurs unchecked, 3, 2, 1. That's right. Breaking in 3, 2, 1, Misty. That's right. So welcome, Misty. Yeah, it was all in for me the second I had my grandson. You know, when I had my grandson, that was when I was all in. And it's sad to say that that's what it took. I mean, I was not racist before my grandson was born. Okay, but I wouldn't run around getting in people's faces, checking them about their racism. Well, I would if they were, yeah, I would. But not looking for it, not deliberately goading them into showing me their racism. If they showed me their racism, I would get in their face, but I wouldn't goad them into it. Now I will goad them into it. You know, when I was pushing my grandson through the fucking Babies R Us and got a shade look from a white bitch pushing a white baby. Yeah, that shit's not going to work. Yeah, right, Slab? I would get in their face before, but I wouldn't try to goad it out of them. Now I try to goad it out of them. I don't allow it. I know. Your general love statement is just, oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Shit. Maybe it's done. Is it done? No, it's not done. Well, I have to go out and refill my propane tanks before I can finish cooking, because my last propane tank just ran out. So I cannot finish their food until I go refill the tanks. I have a big 20-pound propane tank. Not big, but I have a 20-pound propane tank outside. And I use 1 pound propane tanks to run the stove. So I have an attachment on the 20 pound and I use it to refill these 1 pound tanks. See, look, I even have a special drawer for the 1 pound tanks. See? I have a special drawer. And these are the 1 pound tanks that I use. I refill them from a 20 pound. So all of my 1 pound refillable tanks are now empty. So I have to refill them. Ah, shit, I just knocked something off back there. Oh, well. So, anyway. I don't have to go anywhere to refill. I do have to, like when that 20 pound tank is empty, I have to go exchange it for a full one. But I do not have to go anywhere every time I run out of those. I just refill them. It saves a lot of money. It saves a lot of money. Because those canisters are like $6 each. And so when they're full, like when you get them from like a store full, like Walmart, they're $5 each. And 5 times 20 is $100. So $100 is how much it would cost me for 20 pounds of propane. But getting it refilled is $30. Oh, they last about, I don't even know. It depends on how much I use them for. Now that I've been making tea a lot, I use more. Typically, I would just use something every morning to make coffee. Yeah. That drawer is very cool, right? Yeah, it really is. That's why I'm glad I had my kitchen built by someone. I hired someone to build my kitchen. Because I'm not a cabinet maker. This is what it looks like. Well, what it looks like when I build it is that cabinet right there. Versus when they build it, it looks nice. It has drawers and doors and shit. Mine, I barely got doors on it. You know how fucking hard it is to put doors on something? And have it look like cool? It's not easy. It is not fucking easy. And you know how hard it is to not only make a door like that, I just made a big piece of plywood that would fit over the hole and cut it in half and called it a door. I think a 1 pound tank probably lasts me, I don't know, maybe a week, 3 days, 3 or 4 days, depending on how much I use it. It lasts about 3 or 4 days, I think. When I had a toaster oven, it lasted a lot longer. But the toaster oven fell off the refrigerator while I was driving down the road one too many times, so I don't have a toaster oven anymore. So I use a lot more propane. I heat my water on the stove to do dishes. I heat my water on the stove for a lot of things because I don't have a water heater. I go to a gym down the street. I have a membership to the gym down the street to take a shower. I don't work out. Yeah, I should work out, but I don't. Not since I got raped by my weight trainer have I been a regular member of a gym where I worked out. I have not been able to work out regularly in a gym since I got raped by my weight trainer from the YMCA. Yeah, well, carpentry is an art. It really is. It really is. And the carpenter that built this shit was so fucking temperamental. I'm going to tell you, he was certainly an artist. Oh, yeah, I got raped by a rich college kid. I used to take classes at the YMCA. When I was in my best physical shape of my life, I was taking classes at the YMCA. And my aerobics teacher recommended that I go do some weight training. and enroll in one of the weight trainers classes. He happened to be her son, who was in college at the local university. So I went to him and he taught me how to use all the machines and stretch and all of that shit. And then I saw him out at a bar and he asked me, I started hanging out with him with my friends, and my friends wanted to leave, and he said, "Stay, I'll take you home." And then he said, "Let's go to this other bar over here." So we went to this other bar over here, and no, he's not in prison, but he did get his karma. He did get his comeuppance. We went to this other little bar, and we were going to go to this other little bar. Now, I was like in my 30s, and he was like 22 or 23. I really didn't consider that he was trying to hit on me. I was friendly with him because I knew him from, he was my weight trainer. I saw him weekly, so I was friendly with him, but I never really considered that he was attracted to me or would even consider doing that. I really didn't. That was so far because I was more than 10 years older than him, or at least 10 years older. And I mean, since my ex-husband was 10 years older than me, I really think that kind of an age distance is gross. Especially, I mean, it wasn't there for me. Okay. I had lots of guys my own age to go out with. And as we were walking to this other bar, we passed this really cool classic Corvette with a T-top that was in mint condition. And I was like, wow, that car is badass. And he said, "Oh, yeah? You want to go for a ride?" It was his car. I said, "Sure." So we got in his car. And in Texas, the package stores where you could buy beer, the convenience stores, they can't sell beer after a certain hour. I don't remember what hour it is. The bars are open long past when beers are able to be purchased in the grocery store. I think it's like 10 or 11 o'clock. And so he went to a bar where his buddies were playing pool. And I sat in the car, and he went in and sat at the table with them and ordered 2 beers. And then snuck them out under his coat. And I drank that beer. And then it's a popular thing in Texas to go just, you can take the back roads around the little city that we lived in. You could take the back roads, and it's a common thing to take the back roads, especially if you're drinking beer and driving. And he had taken the T-tops off, or actually, I think the T-tops were already off. Anyway, so you could look at the stars as you're driving in the dark. The stars in Texas are big and bright. So he parked and he started to kiss me, and I said, no. I don't want to do this. I really don't want to do this. And he said, okay, I'll take you home. And so he started driving to my house, and the last thing I remember is we got to the red light that was about 3 blocks from my house. We got to the red light where you would turn off the main street into the residential area where I lived. And I passed out. I've never passed out from drinking in my life. Not one time. Not one fucking time. But I passed out. And there was a big park, like a park that you could drive back into, deep into it. People used to like to go 4-wheeling back there, on one side of my housing development. And when I woke up, we were deep in that park, and I could hear his voice in my ear. He had laid the seat back in that Corvette and had moved me like so that I was laying with my legs over the passenger seat, but my body was in the back, and he was raping me. And I was a single mom who owned a daycare, and he was from a very prominent, wealthy family in the city. And I could not say anything, because what was I doing? A single mother with a daycare, out running bars. So he got away with it. For then, oh, he did. He roofied my beer. There's no doubt. He put a roofie in my beer. There's no doubt in my mind he put a roofie in my beer. Because I didn't wake up combative. Okay? It took, when you get roofied, it takes you a while to realize what happened. And I didn't wake up combative because my body responded. So I was really fucking confused. I'm not confused anymore. I wasn't confused for long, but I realized there was nothing I could do. I was never able to go back to that YMCA. I went back to that YMCA one time, and I bumped into him in the parking lot, and my body responded to that so violently. I didn't expect it. My body responded to bumping into him so fucking violently. I couldn't talk. I was dropping things. He had a stack of my CDs that had been left in his car with him to give it to me. I started shaking all over. I couldn't hold on to the CDs. I was dropping them. I walked past him into the YMCA, and the foyer of the YMCA was full of women because it was in between classes, and his mother was behind the desk handing out towels. And our eyes met across the room, and I knew that she knew. In that second, I knew that she knew. I'm over it now. I'm over it now. Wait for the rest of the story. Wait till you hear the rest of the story. So, I mean, I don't feel bad at all telling you this story. So fast forward, I go to college. I get out of the restaurant business and go to college and get a degree and move to Washington, D.C., and I keep Googling his name, searching his name on the internet, because every so often, because if anyone else ever accused him, I was going to come forward to tell my story and support her. I was convinced of that. So, I don't know, like 7 years later, 8 years later, I Googled his name, and oh my God, the internet lit up like a fucking Christmas tree. Because you know what this little motherfucker, Jason Christie of Wichita Falls, did? He married well. He married an older woman who had children already. And they had 2 children of their own. So they had 4 children, 2 almost grown teenage girls and 2 young children. And he married so well that he ended up having his own nice private plane, big enough to carry him, his wife, all 4 of his children, and some of his extended family. So this dumb motherfucker goes up in the plane, and he's not instrument rated, but he's got a teenage stepdaughter, who is out of control, that he wants to take to a boarding school in the Smoky Mountains. And he flies his entire plane. I just got cut off and came back. So in case it didn't get captured, I'm going to repeat what I just said. He married well and got his pilot's license and had his own private plane big enough to carry all of his family and some of his extended family to a boarding school in the Smoky Mountains to dump his stepdaughter off because she was troubled. I'm sure having him as a stepfather really fucking troubled her. So he wasn't instrument rated, and he flew into the Smoky Mountains, and he crashed his plane into the Smoky Mountains and killed all of his family and some of his extended family. That was his karma. Google it. Jason Christie plane crash, Wichita Falls. That's the son of a bitch that roofied and raped me. Now, when I go home to my hometown, I get to see all of these articles in the local news and hear about all these stories because they gave him such a noble funeral and sending off. 10,000 people showed up to his funeral. He has monuments and art installations in his name around the city. I messaged his mother and told her, Shame on you. Your son is a fucking rapist and you know it. Thankfully, when somebody had a drunk driving accident and mowed one of those monuments down, his mother reported to the newspaper that she was not going to restore it. And I am thankful to her for that. Because she knows what he fucking did to me. That fucked my head up for a long time. A long, long time. Jason Christie was a Brett Kavanaugh. Just slightly lower caliber. I'm appreciative. I don't know if that's why. I do know I sent her that message on Facebook and during the She Too movement, I got in on a chat chain for Wichita Falls in one of their community Facebook groups, and somebody made a Facebook post saying, She Too, tell us your story. And I told my She Too story, and I named his fucking name. His daddy was the postmaster general for our city. His daddy was the postmaster general, Roby Christie. That's okay. It happened in the 90s. Jason Christie from Wichita Falls, but leave the TCH. So Wichita. There's no which. It's not which. It's Wichita. It's not which. It's which. Which or which. Wichita Falls. Like Wichita, Kansas. Like Wichita, Kansas, only Wichita Falls, Texas. Jason Christie. Right, Wichita. Wichita Falls, Texas. That's okay. It's really, I mean, it's not okay, but it's important that I tell my story to give other people strength to tell their stories. I'm just sorry that I didn't say something when it happened. There was really no way for me to say something that happened, not in a conservative Texas city. Fuck no, I would have been crucified. He was well two-way connected. So much. So well connected, I would have been crucified. My life there was over after he did that. My life went to shit. My emotional and mental stability was started on a downhill slope. I gained weight. I didn't work out. All kinds of shit happened after he did that. Oh, that's okay. I'm not upset with you. I was telling you how to do it right, but it's Jason Christie. You spelled his last name right. Jason Christie Crash. To his credit, after he raped me, he apologized. When I woke up during the rape, he apologized after. He said, you said no, and I'm sorry. There wasn't fuck shit I could do about it. Anyway, I didn't tell that story I told that story mostly not to make you guys feel bad or to get sadness out of you, but to tell you how karma works. How cool it was that karma got him. That was the main purpose of me telling you that story. Not for you to feel sorry for me for what happened, but for you to see how karma works. Oh, I'm sure he did it to other girls and women. I know. That's why I kept Googling him over the years to see. I have. It's like it just keeps happening over and over and over and over and over fucking again. What is it that I am doing to invite this kind of shit into my life? I don't know, but a lot of women can handle it. I can't. Karma almost always works. Thank you. I'm not trying to get you to feel a certain kind of way. It was just karma was great. Karma was fucking awesome. And plus I smoked a little and it always makes me talk too much. So I didn't mean to hijack it. We were talking about current affairs, not Teresa's psychological injuries. It felt great. Actually, part of me was like, God damn it, he's never going to pay. But then it's like, no, he paid. He paid a big price. His wife paid a big price. I think the people who paid the most is his mother, who knew what he was and let him get away with it. She paid the biggest price. My gift is at the post office. Oh, cool. I can't go pick it up, Christina. I can't go get it. My car is broken. I can't go get it. It's going to have to just, when I am finally able to go to the mailbox and get mail, when I'm able to do that, it is going to be, when I'm able to do that, it's going to be so full. I'm sorry karma didn't get yours, Lily. His mother actually got the most karma for that because she knew what he was and she didn't care. She didn't stop him. So she lost all of her grandchildren. Her only son, I think it was her only son. She lost a lot. That karma was great for her too. Because the survivors are really the ones who get punished. The survivors, death hurts the survivors more than it hurts the actual death. I mean, I know that the process of dying hurts the person who is dying, but the actual death of a person hurts survivors more than it hurts the person. And that's, I think, sometimes their karma. You know, in her case, I think it was her karma. I think a lot of her for not rebuilding his memorial. I really do. I really do. Anyway, let's talk about something happier. What are we going to talk about that's happier? It seems like we should talk about something. Or is it time for me to go? What time is it? It's 8:30. Yay. I wish karma would get yours too. Karma doesn't always work, but when it does work, it is crashed his whole family. I mean, what kind of a dumbass flies into the Smoky Mountains? It's called the Smoky Mountains for a reason. Smoky Mountains means lots and lots and lots of fog. Smoky. You flew into the fucking Smoky Mountains. Good morning, Josh. You just got here. Okay, I'll stick around. Good morning, Josh. It's nice to see you. Right? You fly into the fucking Smoky Mountains without being instrument rated. That's like John Jr. flying into the fog without being instrument rated. There's a reason you need to get instrument rated, because you cannot fly with your vision obstructed if you don't know how to use those fucking instruments. Anybody can fly an airplane without instruments in clear skies, because you can clearly see where the ground is. You can't see where the fucking ground is in the fog. Well, to the gym and then on the way home, go to the post office. I don't know if they'll let you make a stop. Yeah, I'll stay on for a little while. I have a little bit of coffee left, and so I'll stay on for a little while. I can't believe my car is broken. I can't believe my car is broken. That will drive me fucking crazy. I don't like being stranded. being stranded without a ride. I don't know. I have a super phobia. The very first thing I did when I got to Florida was figure out a car. I need to be independent. I hate not having a car. Hi, Mimi. Okay, I'll stick around. I will stick around. I will stick around. I cannot believe that Trump got caught, got taped, and everybody is still defending. Oh my God, they're saying that that just approaches treason. Are you kidding me? You walked your package? You had to walk your package to the post office? You walked to the post office to get my package mailed? Please don't spend money sending me things if you really can't afford it. It will make me feel so bad. Good morning, Mimi. Good morning, Alonzo Robles. Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I so appreciate it. I'm sorry you had to walk your package to the post office. Yeah, I'm not going to walk to the post office. The post office is 5 miles from my bus. Oh, you're just kidding because of Tulsa. Okay. I love that the Georgia governor kept him on the phone for an hour, knowing he was talking his ass off with all that attention. Yep. And he was recording it. They were both recording it to defend themselves. Because if they didn't record it, he would get off of that phone call and go out and say whatever he wanted to about what their conversation was. People have learned not to have conversations with Donald Trump without recording it. Because you've got to protect yourself. He's a fucking snake. They buy me stuff because they love me, I know. And I so appreciate that. Holy cow. Doesn't the post office send your packages back to the sender? No. It would have to be like 3 weeks left there. I've got car parts on the way to do the repair for my car. I've got car parts coming on the way. It was a perfect call. It was a perfect call. And unless Georgia has a law saying that you can't record a conversation without both parties being aware, then it was perfectly legal. It's a state law. It goes state to state. There's not a federal law about recording. It's state to state. And Georgia doesn't have a law against it, so they can't be held responsible. Hello, your pops. Oh, are you your pops in IG? Your pops. He's the star of one of my reels. Pops is the fella that asked to come on screen with me but didn't mean it. And so he got surprised. Oh gosh. I just finished making biscuits and gravy. They got your grandma's box of recipes. Oh my gosh. I bet those biscuits and gravy were the best biscuits and gravy you've ever had. Oh, really, Mimi? Oh my goodness. Well, that's cool. I'm glad. Yeah. Beautiful call. The best call, maybe the best ever. I don't know. We'll have to see. But maybe the best call ever. Perfect. Outstanding. Bigly outstanding. You have no idea how much. Oh yeah. Pops. Really? Oh my gosh. Well, you should come join. You should come join an Instagram broadcast when I go live, and I'll bring you on screen with me and we can chat for a few minutes. I don't like to chat for too long because other people are there. You use Jiffy and Tennessee Pride sausage. Yeah, I like Tennessee Pride sausage. And Jiffy mix. Ah, Jiffy biscuit mix. Ah, I have Jiffy cornbread mix. Jiffy cornbread mix. Don't do it. It's a trick. Now it sounds really good. Oh my goodness. Donald Trump recorded talking shit. Oh, you want to go out with your gonzo, huh? I told you guys you don't get to go out together because you take around. Yeah, I do Instagram. I'm Butterhat. I do Instagram streams in the evening, and since I got kicked off TikTok, I do Instagram streams in the evening and um, YouTube streams in the morning. I love this back scratcher. I really do. J-Cat got it for me. There you go. There you go. So what are we going to talk about now? Just have been dealing with your aunt. You found strength in questioning her about the abandonment, and she said you're too forward of a person and she thinks you're mean. Wow. Oh, yeah, I guess it is mean when you're making her think of painful memories. You're being mean because you want answers. My mother never gave me answers. I tried to ask her when she was fucking on her deathbed. Give me some answers. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Let's not talk about that. No, no, no. She didn't say I was mean for asking, though. If I had pushed, she might have, but she didn't say I was mean. I gotta go see where Gonzo is. Your mom didn't either. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry you've been going through a hard time with that. That is really, yeah. That's shit. That's really shitty. That fucks with your head. They need to give you some answers, something to understand. Why the hell? What the hell and why the hell? Please, just tell me. What the hell and why the hell? Nope. That's the 30s, people. I don't know when your mother was born, but people from 1930, from the 1930s didn't know. You don't talk about shit like that. And I didn't hate her for it. I didn't badger her or get angry. She's just an old woman who was really sick and got no help. I am thankful that I get help. I got to go pay my rent this morning. I forgot about paying my rent because of the holiday, the way that the holiday fell. So I need to go give my landlord money. This is all stuff we can get over. Oh, yeah, she can get over it. Sure, she can get over it. Well, see, but that's what they used to do. Old school always has. Just swept it under a rug. Old school has always swept it under the rug. So, you don't talk about these things. You just let them happen. Yeah, you've been through enough. You just want answers, and you deserve answers. And it's not that you want to judge them. Abandonment wasn't uncommon back in the day, though. I think there were a lot of people who got abandoned. I know my family had people that got abandoned. Don't look and don't speak about anything, period, right? They don't know anything about her. Oh my God. Her sisters said none of your business? Hang on. I gotta check on Gonzo. Gonzo, Winston, get over here! Where's Winston? Okay, good boys. Good boys. Good boys. It makes you feel less crazy, right? My mother never knew who her father was. Never. There was one aunt who was a nun. Her aunt was a nun, and her aunt knew, but she took it with her to her grave. So my mother never knew who her father was. That drove her crazy. It was her own daughter, and she wouldn't tell you. You don't know who your father is? Yeah. It's sad. A lot of people, it wasn't uncommon. It really wasn't uncommon. Yeah. It jacks with your head. I think it jacked with your head more back then because people judged you based on the fact that you didn't know who your father was. People don't judge you now because you don't know who your dad is. Nobody cares anymore if you don't know who your father is. You don't get judged. But in the 30s, you, even as a child, were treated like crap because you were illegitimate. It was taken out on the children. Not on the adults, but on the children. Everybody treated children who were illegitimate, which was what they called them if they were born out of wedlock. They're illegitimate children. They can get treated like shit. Illegitimate children do the work. Illegitimate, I mean, it's just... Your mother was a whore, so will you be a whore. Or bastard. Anyway, so that's probably why they got it's many of my cousins don't know who their father is. I think I know who my dad is. I think that two of my siblings really weren't my father's biological children, honestly, but I don't know that for sure. And it was really a shame because my dad treated him differently because of it. My dad treated him differently his whole life. Yeah, you're almost 50 in rural South, and you got all of this stigma and bad crap through childhood. I'm glad it has changed now. I am as well. And if you were born in the 50s, you still got it. You did. You still got it. It wasn't until, like, in the 60s, if you got pregnant, you had to go away to a home. In the 50s, you had to go away to an unwed mother's home. They had homes for unwed mothers where you would go to live if you were pregnant and didn't know who the father was, or the father wouldn't take responsibility. You went to a home and had the child in hiding and either gave it up for adoption or gave it to your family. And your mother pretended that she was pregnant while you were gone, pretended that she gave birth to a baby at home. She had to leave her home state because she was an unwed mother. That is tragic. But that is how bad it used to be. It, in my lifetime, it has been, in her lifetime, it has been that bad. It was different times. Women were treated just a little bit better than people of color. Just a tiny bit better than people of color. Was your husband's right to beat you? Domestic violence laws and protections from women with violence in the home really was non-existent in the 50s. Help for women who were victims of domestic violence was non-existent. It was hard to get help. Now it has changed significantly. Even when I was a victim of domestic violence, shelters weren't a thing. Now there are shelters. I've worked at them. It is really sad to work in a domestic violence shelter. Some of the saddest things I've ever seen, I saw while I worked in a domestic violence shelter. So mostly conditions for children in that situation from mothers who aren't strong enough to get away and their children are suffering. 70s and 80s, yeah, I was in the 80s. I was a single mom. The nurse, I worked in a factory when I got pregnant and I wasn't married, and the company nurse in 1981, the company nurse for this company, this factory that I worked at in Massachusetts, came to my workstation and told me, aren't you embarrassed? Don't you want to quit your job? Shouldn't you stay home? Don't you have family that will help you? Why do you want to stay? Aren't you embarrassed because you're pregnant and not married? She actually said that shit to me. I laughed so hard. Are you fucking kidding me? I was making almost $10 an hour in 1981. That's the minimum wage right now. I was making almost $10 an hour in that factory in 1981, and I had medical benefits. If I quit work, I wouldn't have medical benefits. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not quitting. Bitch. Now, she would get in trouble for that. But back then, it was okay for her to do that. Then they tried to tell me I couldn't do my job anymore because I had to lift a little bit of weight while I was doing it. And I had to fight for the right to keep doing my job. Come on, sweetheart. Go on. I love you, but go on. I need to go. Shit, all my sheets are dirty, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to recycle these sons of bitches. The dogs get them so dirty. Yeah. Nobody would say anything except she had a curlier hair and must be more Indian than us because she tanned. I have an uncle with 4 kids born in 70s and 80s. The third one came out of mixed in our racist family, and nobody acknowledged it until 20 years ago. You all knew that it was mixed. They would say she must be more Indian than us because she's but all these white people think that they've got Indian blood in them. Yeah. Every single Southern family, white family, every single Southern white family says that they have some kind of Native American blood in them. I don't know both of my parents, but adopted by your aunt. Hi, Diva Cat. Nice to see you, sweetheart. I was wondering where you were. Christina was You were adopted by your aunt. Oh, but you know both of your parents. I think that's okay. You don't grow up fucked up from that because your aunt is close enough to your parent unit to have, I think, enough genetic relationship with you that you can actually bond appropriately. I think that it's hard for children to bond and adults to bond appropriately with children that aren't genetically raised by them. I think it's not impossible, but it's difficult. But if you're at least raised by a family member, I think it's better. Oh, are they low key racist, Alexandra, or are they not racist at all? Yes. You were the only white kid in your family, but you believed you were half for way too long, right? Your family is super racist. That's hell. My family is racist too. My once favorite aunt threw shade at my grandson's baby pictures at my mother's bedside. My mother was in a coma. Her sister threw shade after looking at my grandson's baby pictures. So I threw her out of the room and told the hospital security to never allow her back in. Don't throw shade at my grandson, bitch. Bitch. Don't throw shade at my grandson. All of my family threw shade because my daughter preferred black American men to white American men. All of my family threw shade. I threw her right the hell out of my room. She was like, you can't do that. Her daughter was like, I said, nurse, nurse, take these people out of here. They are not welcome back. I am sick of your shit. Throwing shade at my, what does your father think of Taylor? What does your father think of Taylor? My father fucking loved Taylor. My father, Taylor, melted his racism. That's right, he got his karma. So, anyway, oh, yes, I can. Watch it. That's right. Oh, yes, I can. And I fucking will. I know my mother doesn't really like you anyway, so I'm not afraid of upsetting my mother. In fact, when she woke up from her coma, I told her that I'd thrown her sister out, and she was a fucking okay with it. All right, whatever you had to do, I don't mind. Yeah, you're in charge. You got your life. Are you living my life, right? My dad tried to raise you racist, but it didn't work because you're a strong woman and think I'm so glad, Lisa. My family did raise me racist, but they also raised me to be a strong, independent woman who speaks her mind. So this is a double-edged sword. If my parents were alive, they were lifelong hardened Democrats. And if my parents were alive, it would be interesting to see how they would have viewed Obama, whether they would have voted for Obama or not. They passed away before Obama came on the scene, but they were hardened Democrats. I mean, they would, oh my God, both of my parents, when she woke up from her coma, the doctors and nurses asked her, you fought against racism. Yeah. She said, they said, who's the president? She said, Georgie Porgy Bush. Georgie Porgy Bush. she hates Republicans. Had a group called YARP. You called, oh wow, something against racist people. What was the why? You bucked heads, so anything he told me, you did the opposite. Yeah. That's where a lot of people ended up. Youth Against Racism and Prejudice. That is awesome, Mimi. That is awesome. How old are you? When were you born? Did you grow up in the 60s or later? Mimi. That question is for Mimi. You're 40. Yeah. You're 20 years past me. I got 20 years on you. It was an unheard of thing to do to make a anti-racist student group when I was growing up. Yeah. You are almost my daughter's age. 1980. Yeah, she was born in 19. My daughter was born in 82. Okay, I'm a mirror of your elder self. So this is what you've got to look forward to. I am sorry for you. I am sorry for you. All right, you guys, I have been on here for 2.5 hours. I need to go. I want to go get my car ready for replacing the parts that are coming in the mail. I might get my heater coil today. So I need to get busy on my car. So, and if I do take a Uber to the gym, I will stop by the post office. I'm not sure that I will do that today. I think I'm going to do all the household chores today that will get me dirty. I might take an Uber to the gym tonight. Oh, great. I wanted to ask you about my car. I have to, oh, good. So it's overheated 4 or 5 times, and once so bad that it started running rough, but it runs great now. Okay. So I think BMW engines are fan-fucking-tastic like that. They are built to handle heat. So I'm going to replace the thermostat and the water pump and the heater coil. I love you guys too. They are okay. So it didn't even start running rough. It was just steaming. There was steam coming out from underneath the hood when I pulled over. So good. But I know that I can't drive it at all until I get that thermostat replaced now. I should have noticed that. The engine started. I'm over the 2020s, right? Yeah, well, I will show you a video. I will make video of changing the heater coil while I do it. But I'm going to go live when I do the water pump. So today I think the heater coil is coming in the mail, so I'm going to spend the day replacing my heater coil. And tomorrow I will, I got to find a container to drain my car into. I don't want to drain my car onto the ground. That would be really bad. I didn't know souls had a color. Yeah. I know, right? Asked me one time if I thought there would be black people in heaven. I didn't know souls had a color, and they don't have a color. Do you think there'll be black people in heaven? Yeah, that's what tells me that fucking heaven is just made up white man's story. Okay. Yeah. I think it's my heater coil that, yeah, I think it's just a coincidence that the thermostat has also gone out. I think the leak that I have that's making puddles of water in my passenger seat is in fact the heater coil leaking. So I've got a heater coil coming. I'm going to replace it, and then I'm going to replace the thermostat. And by golly, nothing else can go wrong because I'm out of fucking money. Oh, yay. You should do TikTok videos about that. If there is a line, do a TikTok video about the line. Waiting in line to get my mother, a 70-year-old mother, a vaccine at the pharmacy. Oh, I've already replaced the radiator. I have replaced the radiator, and I replaced it. I replaced a lot of things already in the coolant system. When I got it, it had this problem. It didn't have a radiator when I got it. I replaced the radiator. It's by appointment only, so that's good. Check the radiator for damage if you haven't yet. Be careful. Have a good day. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. I replaced the radiator when I got it. I just didn't replace the thermostat and the water pump. I should have gone ahead and done that while I had it apart, you know. But I was so daunted by this is the first time I've ever replaced the coolant system on a vehicle at all, let alone a BMW. So no, I'm good. I know what I'm doing because I've already pulled it apart. I mean, all you need to do is watch a few YouTube videos with a BMW, except the heater core. I noticed when I had my heater fan running, just the fan running, I was leaking coolant that much. Actually, I bet the reason it stopped leaking coolant from the heater core is because the thermostat wasn't allowing water through. The thermostat stopped opening and allowing water through. Holy shit. What? It was the first time I've ever worked on I just replaced the radiator and stuff in this car when I got it because I couldn't afford to pay somebody to do it. So I had to do it myself. I had all the tools. I had the tools from doing the bus conversion. So I've got all my own tools. There's no reason for me to pay somebody to do this shit. Just watch a few YouTube videos. So when I do the radiator, I am going to, I mean, I do the water pump and the thermostat. I'm going to videotape that, the whole thing. I'm going to go live and let you guys watch it. I'm going to do the heater coil today, but because it's working in such a tight space, I think the only thing I'll do is maybe videotape it and post it. But I'm not going to go live for that because all you would see is my fat ass sticking out the door while I'm trying to reach all the shit I have to pull out. And I don't want to give the world a fat ass show. But tomorrow is when we're watching all of the election stuff. And the next day is when I'm getting Thursday is when I'm getting the thermostat. So on Thursday, I'll go live and let you guys watch me replace the thermostat in my BMW. This old bitch. Replace the thermostat in my BMW. That should be fun, right? It'll be nice to have company because working on a car by yourself is lonely. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to get off of here because I need to pee and the dog wants in. So thank you so much. And y'all have a wonderful day. And later this evening, I might go live on Instagram. I'm not sure. I know that, but thank you for asking. That's why I said it's my heater core, is because I know that the water inside is my heater core. That's why I have a heater core coming today. Tell him I said thank you for the validation that my diagnosis is accurate. I appreciate that. I'll talk to you guys later. All right, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.